Let's play a game. Think of a city that's rapidly growing, full of high-paying jobs, amazing food, and has ties to space exploration. If you said San Francisco, you were about 10 years too late, and several mortgage payments too broke. The real answer? Huntsville, Alabama. Yes, the city best known for launching rockets is now launching dreams, millennial dreams, remote worker dreams. I just want a yard and a decent target dreams. Welcome to 2025, where the coolest city in the South has the charm of Mayberry, the brains of NASA, and just enough hipster breweries to convince your cousin from Brooklyn it's not a total cultural wasteland. So why is everyone and their dog moving here? Let's dig into the delightful data stew that makes Huntsville a star of the southern skyline. Huntsville's population is growing faster than a kid on Red Bull. In the last year alone, Madison County, where Huntsville lives, added 9,464 new residents. That's nearly 800 people a month deciding they'd rather be in Alabama than, say, Tampa. Alabama's total population growth, around 40,000, which means Huntsville is responsible for nearly a quarter of it. Basically, if Alabama were hosting a house party, Huntsville would be the one who brought the food, the playlist, and half the guests. As of 2025, the city of Huntsville now boasts a population of over 241,000, with the greater metro area climbing past 525,000. And no, it's not just people getting lost on the way to Nashville. These folks are coming on purpose: remote workers, engineers, teachers, families, retirees, and probably a few confused Californians who just wanted to find out what grits actually are. Real estate's so affordable, you'll think it's a typo. Let's talk about the big reason people are stampeding to Rocket City. It's actually affordable. Like, laugh in your Zillow search affordable. The average home price is hovering around $297,000, and the average rent is just over $1,050 a month. For perspective, that's what some New Yorkers pay for closet space. Not a closet apartment, literally a closet. Huntsville was ranked the second most affordable U.S. city in 2025 by U.S. News, and when you realize that residents only spend about 20% of their income on housing, you'll understand why people are trading tiny studio apartments in overpriced cities for 3-bedroom houses with actual backyards. You can finally get a dog and not have to name it landlord. The job market. Houston, we have opportunities. If you think this city is all biscuits and banjos, think again. Huntsville has one of the most explosive job markets in the country. And by explosive, we mean the kind of explosive that builds rockets, not the kind that involves quitting your job after one too many Zoom calls. Unemployment is a breezy 2.6%, and the industries hiring are not exactly small potatoes. We're talking about NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center, the Redstone Arsenal, and billions. Yes, billions in aerospace and defense contracts. In fact, NASA spends nearly $600 million annually in Madison County alone, which is basically the government's way of saying, hey Huntsville, keep being awesome. And it's not just about space. Toyota recently invested $282 million into expanding operations here, and their joint plant with Mazda employs thousands. Meta built a massive $1.5 billion data center nearby. It's like Silicon Valley looked at Huntsville and said, you know what? That seems like a less stressful place to build things and eat barbecue. Culture, beer, and arts. And did we mention beer? Let's squash the stereotype that southern cities are cultural black holes. Huntsville is about as boring as a fireworks factory run by theater kids. In fact, it became the first city in America to hire a full-time music officer. Yes, that's a real job title. And no, it's not someone who makes sure your Spotify playlist doesn't suck. They're actively curating the city's music scene with major concerts, outdoor festivals, and venues, like the jaw-dropping Orion Amphitheater. The city also hosts the Panoply Arts Festival, which draws over 100,000 people each year to celebrate everything from pottery to poetry. It's like Coachella, if Coachella had better parking and more fried catfish. And the brewery scene. Oh, it's brewing, baby. Places like Straight to Ale and Yellowhammer Brewing have turned old schools and warehouses into hip hangouts with live music, games, and enough locally brewed beer to make you forget that you ever liked seltzers. Family-friendly without being boring. Sure, Huntsville is great for millennials and tech nerds, but what about folks with kids? You're in luck. Huntsville schools are actually good. which in Alabama terms is like discovering your barbecue joint, also makes killer sushi. Public schools here have graduation rates around 92%, and there are STEM-focused magnet programs, dual enrollment opportunities, and even tech academies that make other cities green with envy. Colleges? You bet. University of Alabama in Huntsville is a Tier 1 research university that pumps out engineers and nurses like it's a factory of brilliance. Plus, you've got Alabama A&M, Oakwood University, and more. Basically, if your kid wants to grow up and build rockets, this is a great place to start. And if you want to go back to school just to delay adulthood a bit longer, well, there's plenty of opportunity for that too. So much green space, it's basically Instagram heaven. If you are the kind of person who needs fresh air, trees, and places to dramatically throw leaves in the air for fall selfies, Huntsville has you covered. The city has over 60 parks, and Montesano State Park offers hiking, biking, and panoramic views that'll make your drone photos go viral. Then there's John Hunt Park, a 428-acre playground of sports fields, trails, and open spaces that are ideal for letting your kids, dogs, or emotionally burned-out adults run wild. Want water? There's kayaking on the Tennessee River, lakes nearby, and summer weather that makes you want to live in a hammock. Sure, it gets hot. This is Alabama, not Alaska, but that's what air conditioning and sweet tea are for. And, in winter, you can smugly watch the rest of the country shovel snow while you grill ribs in your hoodie. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close. Let's not pretend Huntsville is utopia. It's growing fast, and with that comes traffic, longer commutes, and the occasional wait. We're out of apartments again. Moment. Public transit is improving, but it's still a car-friendly city more than a pedestrian utopia. But here's the thing. The city knows it. Huntsville is throwing money at infrastructure like a tech bro at crypto in 2021. The new northern bypass is nearly done, the airport is expanding, and downtown development is booming with new housing, shops, and bus routes. If rapid growth is a problem, it's the kind of problem most cities would kill for. Imagine a restaurant being too full because it's just that good. That's Huntsville right now. Should you move? Well, are you breathing? Let's recap. You have got affordable homes, plentiful jobs, killer schools, a wild arts and beer scene, and outdoor living that does not require snow boots or a survival guide. Whether you're a young professional sick of city prices, a family looking for roots, or a retiree who wants to live somewhere warm that is not just golf carts and sunburns, Huntsville might be the answer you did not know you were Googling. Plus, the people are nice. Like, genuinely hold the door for you and ask how. Your mama's doing nice. And we're not just saying that because we're Southern. Okay, we are, but we also mean it. The city that's going to the moon. Again. Huntsville isn't just having a moment. It's launching into a decade. What started as a sleepy little space town has transformed into one of the most dynamic, livable, and shockingly affordable cities in the country. The rockets may be going to the moon, but the people, they're landing in Huntsville. So if you are wondering where to go next, somewhere that blends brains, charm, and brisket, consider making your next big move to Rocket City. Just don't wait too long. At this rate, the only thing going up faster than the job market is the demand to live here. And there you have it, folks. If you enjoyed this deep dive into why everyone is moving to Huntsville, smash that like and hit subscribe. Until next time, keep your dreams high and your housing costs low.